The PlayStation Store's Critics Sale is running right now, and along with that, we have a great 2K sale running as well, so there are a ton of great PS4 game deals available right now directly from the PSN Store. And in this video, I want to specifically take a look at 10 great deals on PlayStation 4 open world titles. Of course, open world games have become one of the most popular genre in all of gaming, and it seems like gamers are always looking for great open worlds where they can sink a lot of time into, and that's what I've rounded out for you guys today. Best of all of these games are coming at you relatively cheap, so without further ado, let's get right into it. The first deal, and quite possibly the best deal across all of the sales, is The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Complete Edition. It is 70% off for $14.99. Now, for a long time, this Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Complete Edition would just stick at $20. It would not go any lower than $20, even on sale, but now CD Projekt Red has finally lowered the price on it a little bit, and you can get the Complete Edition for $14.99. Now, it might have made it seem like the Witcher 3 Complete Edition for $20 is so expensive, but no, that deal was incredible. So just on the basis of getting it now $5 cheaper, $15 for The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, that is a tremendous deal. Many see The Witcher 3 as the best RPG of this generation so far, and I'm pretty much in agreement with that. There are some other contenders, but The Witcher 3 is definitely among the best, and with this, you get the base game, you get the expansions, which add another 30 to 40 hours of gameplay, and you're already talking about a very sizable experience that you get from the get-go. $15 for all of that. If you've yet to play The Witcher 3, it's time to remedy that, and you can do so very, very cheap. Moving on from that, we've got Dying Light, 30% off for $13.99, so not a significant discount on this, and unfortunately, it's not Dying Light following the Enhanced Edition, but Dying Light is still a great game. This was one of the earlier games of this generation, releasing all the way back in 2015, January of 2015, in fact. So it's been over 4 years since this game's release, and at this point, a lot of you guys have forgotten about it. Maybe you didn't even know this game came out, but Dying Light 2 is in development, and that game is shaping up incredibly. Looks to be a substantial improvement upon the first game, but the first game was still really good. It had some great parkour elements, solid gameplay, a pretty good story, and it was just a very enjoyable open-world first-person action survival game. Yes, thematically, it's another zombie game, but for $14, I would say Dying Light is a really good buy. Moving on from that, Watch Dogs 2 is 75% off for $14.99. This is another game that retained its value for quite a while. This released back in 2016, would drop down to around $20, and it wouldn't get any cheaper than that, but now it is a little bit cheaper at $14.99. But if that's not cheap enough for you, and if that doesn't win you over, there is a free demo available for the game. That'll get you around 3 hours of gameplay, and you can play that and see what you think of Watch Dogs 2. I know a lot of you guys played the first Watch Dogs. Maybe you didn't think all too highly of it, but Watch Dogs 2 is a significant improvement upon the first game. So if you like the general premise that the first game had, but you were a little bit disappointed by the content, maybe the storytelling, I think Watch Dogs 2 really improves on all of those elements, and $15 for the game is a really great buy. Moving on from that, Shadow of the Colossus is 30% off, down to $13.99. This released just a year ago. It released at a budget price point of $39.99 because it is a remake, but this is a full-on remake of SOTC. It's not your typical HD remaster. No, Blue Point Games went back to the drawing board and completely recreated Shadow of the Colossus ground up for the PlayStation 4, and you can tell that immediately. Visually, this is one of the best games you're gonna find on the PS4. And of course, from a fundamental standpoint, this is widely seen as one of the best PlayStation exclusives of all time across every exclusive ever released. SOTC could very well be considered the best PlayStation game of all time. I don't think that's a hyperbolic statement to make, and it is a tremendous game. The real drawback with it on the PlayStation 2 was from a technical standpoint, and now on the PS4, obviously, those shackles have been removed, and if you have the PS4 Pro, even better because the game will look and play even better. $14 for Shadow of the Colossus is an absolute buy, a great deal on that. Moving on from that, Gravity Rush 2 is 40% off for $11.99. It really disappoints me to see how Gravity Rush has just been completely forgotten about. I played the first game on the PlayStation Vita, I played the remaster on the PlayStation 4, and I was also excited for Gravity Rush 2, and it turned out to be a fantastic game as well, a significant improvement upon the first game. Now being built for the PlayStation 4 instead of the Vita, of course, you're gonna have more content, you're gonna have more visual fidelity, and it turned out to be a great game with a lot of content, a great story, engaging characters, an awesome art style. I can go on and on about the quality of Gravity Rush 2. Unfortunately, it really didn't resonate from a commercial standpoint, and I doubt that we're ever gonna get a Gravity Rush 3. However, do yourself a favor, if you've never played Gravity Rush 2, make sure you pick it up, and I do believe the first game is on sale as well. So if you want to go back and check that out, that's a great buy as well. But $12 for Gravity Rush 2, of course I have to recommend that. Moving on from that, Kingdom Come Deliverance is 50% off for $29.99. I was a big fan of this game. This is a title that I was very much looking forward to in 2018. And Warhorse Studios did a great job delivering a quality historical open world RPG. Now I do have to say, from the get-go, this game had some technical issues on the PlayStation 4. A lot of that has been remedied and fixed. Unfortunately, some of it still persists, but overall, I would say the experience that you're getting right now is rather good. Kingdom Come Deliverance is more of a hardcore RPG, so it doesn't hold your hand as much. It is a little bit more on the challenging side, so just bear that in mind, but you've got a great revenge story here, and it really does the time period justice. You might see $30 and still a little bit steep of a price point, but for all the content that you're getting, I would say it's worth a buy, especially if you're into more historical games. Moving on from that, Red Dead Redemption 2 is seeing a pretty nice discount. It's 33% off for $40.19. Red Dead Redemption 2, of course, considered to be by many the best game of 2018. I know some of you guys are going to say God of War, some of you guys might point towards other games. At the very least, it was in contention for 2018 Game of the Year, and it is a tremendous open world experience. Of course, the very first Red Dead Redemption was great, but the attention to detail in Red Dead Redemption 2 is almost like nothing I've ever seen in a video game before. There's an incredible amount of detail put into every little bit of the game, and that's usually the MO with Rockstar games, just extreme detail. The visuals are top-notch, the storytelling is excellent, there's a very diverse cast of characters as well. Each of them are developed very, very well, and you feel engaged to all of them by the end. It's an emotional roller coaster, and you'll be invested into it for a very long time. Of course, Red Dead Online is being rolled out as well. It's in beta right now, going through a little bit of hurdles right now, but hopefully that becomes a compelling experience as well. But if you're just looking for a quality single-player open-world adventure, Red Dead Redemption 2 is absolutely going to offer that. And yes, $40, the most expensive game on this list, but it is a more recent release, and Rockstar games traditionally don't go on sale this quickly, so I have to give RDR2 a recommendation even at the heftier price point. And speaking of Rockstar, they've also got Grand Theft Auto 5 discounted. It's 50% off for $14.99. Grand Theft Auto 5 is a great game. At this point, if you haven't played GTA 5, I really don't know what to say. I think the majority of people that are watching this video have at least played GTA 5 on some platform, whether it be on last generation consoles, or maybe you played it a while ago on PlayStation 4, you traded it in, or whatever the case may be. Now you want to jump back into GTA 5. It's a little bit cheaper at $15. Another game, because it's a Rockstar game, it held up at that $60 price point for so long, but prior to the release of RDR2, they finally dropped the price on this, and now it's been getting cheaper and cheaper. And Grand Theft Auto 5 offers you an awesome open world to explore with a lot of content. GTA Online still remains to be a pretty compelling experience, and a component of GTA 5 that Rockstar really knows how to monetize. Even after all these years, Rockstar and Take-Two are making residual revenue on GTA 5, and that's kind of a testament to how good of a game it is, even if you're just going into it for the single-player experience. Of course, that is very good, and $15 for that is absolutely worth it. So those 8 deals were all a part of the Critics' Choice sale. I also have 2 deals coming from the 2K Publisher sale. First of all, Borderlands The Handsome Collection is 75% off for $14.99. This includes Borderlands the pre-sequel as well as Borderlands 2 and those games' respective DLC. You're getting a lot of content for your money. Borderlands is an awesome franchise, and it's a very easy game to get into. It doesn't take itself all too seriously, even though I find the story rather good. Yes, it's very humorous, but at the same time, there are some great moments in it. And the star of Borderlands is, of course, the gameplay. The first-person shooting gameplay is on point, and if you're playing the game with a couple of friends, the experience is great. Even if you're playing the game solo, I've always touted that Borderlands is a compelling game, even if you're playing alone. The first-person shooting gameplay is just done so well, and Borderlands is a franchise with some hype around it right now. There are rumblings about a Borderlands 1 remaster on the PlayStation 4. Borderlands 3 should be out before 2019 is over. I have my fingers crossed on that, so now's not a bad time to check out Borderlands The Handsome Collection. Recap yourself on Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel. Of course, if you do have PlayStation VR, Borderlands 2 is also available as a PSVR experience. Unfortunately, that's like $37 and change, so a little expensive on that, but if you do want to experience Borderlands 2 in a new way, you can check that out as well. But the Handsome Collection for $15. In terms of dollar per hours of gameplay, this might take the cake out of all the games we mentioned. And lastly, Mafia 3 is also 75% off, down to $9.99. This was a game I was looking so forward to back in 2016 because I loved Mafia 2, and when I was told that Mafia 3 was gonna take place in an open world New Orleans, yeah, I got pretty excited. Unfortunately, I think the open world in Mafia 3 was one of those instances where it did more harm than good in terms of the traditional Mafia experience. There's still a lot to uncover, a lot to explore, and it does retain some of the elements that made Mafia great. The voice acting is top notch, the story is really good, the gameplay does get a little bit lackluster. Now that you're not paying a full $60 and it is at a more budget price point of $9.99, of course I'll give it a recommendation, and this is another game with a free demo available, so if you're not completely sold on it, try that out and see how you like it for yourself. And that's gonna conclude this video. Again, both sales are running right now and both sales are really great. We're gonna do more videos covering the sale. Look for videos where we take a look at some games that are on the cheaper side of things for those of you on a budget. And if you guys have any requests, of course, you can leave that in the comments section down below. That's gonna conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.